Parish in order to survey damage and meet with local officials. Unfortunately, today we're reporting the first storm-related fatality. That's an 86-year-old man in St. Martin Parish, passed away from a fire that sparked shortly after refueling a generator that was located in a shed, and we don't believe the generator was allowed to cool down before he refueled it. So I ask you to join me in praying for his family, and then also ask everyone to exercise extreme caution dealing with generators, both where they're placed and how they are refueled. Please remember to keep these generators 20 feet at least away from your home, in a well-ventilated area, away from windows and vents and crawl spaces, and outside of your home and outside of garages and so forth. And please make sure that they're off for 20 minutes so that they can cool down before you refuel them. The National Guard continues to work a number of missions and have 3,100 soldiers and airmen on duty. They have 12 points of distribution in operation today across 5 parishes. Those parishes are Calcasieu, Allen, Jeff Davis, Vermilion, and Grant. As of a few minutes ago, Urban Search and Rescue had conducted 4,000 secondary searches and damage assessments in Regions 4, which is the Lafayette area, and Region 5, the Lake Charles area. Region 4 work has completed, and resources have been shifted to augment those in Region 5, where work continues. There are 112 weather-related road closures, with 35 bridges closed to marine traffic and 2 closed to vehicular traffic. There are numerous intersections across the state, including as far east as here in Baton Rouge, where power is out and light signals are not operating. If you come to an intersection where signals are out, everyone is to treat that intersection as a 4-way stop. So please make sure that you do that so that we can be safe. We also ask you to continue to monitor 511la.org for real-time information related to road closures. Some significant improvement in power outages. Yesterday, the peak outages from Hurricane Delta exceeded 688,000. As of a few minutes ago, I was briefed that we are down statewide to 348,609 power outages, which means almost 50% of all outages related to Delta have been restored in the first 24 hours. When we toured yesterday, we did see many trucks on the ground with crews working, and we know that they're working all across the state of Louisiana. The Corps of Engineers will turn back on the registration period for Operation Blue Roof, because one of the things the damage assessment showed us yesterday when we surveyed the damage was that there were many homes in the affected region from Hurricane Laura that had put tarps up, or maybe had engaged the Corps of Engineer vendors to come in and put in a professionally installed blue roof. Many of those didn't make it through Hurricane Delta, and so we're going to turn that back on for those same 6 parishes that were eligible before. So that's Allen Parish, Beauregard Parish, Calcasieu, Cameron, Jefferson Davis, and Vernon parishes. So whether you had a tarp that was installed by the Corps of Engineers vendor because you participated in the Blue Roof program before, or whether some other person did it or you did it yourself, if because of Hurricane Delta you continue to need work on your roof and would benefit from a blue tarp, please register. You can do that online at usace.mil/blue roof, or you can call toll-free 1-888-ROOF-BLUE. That's 1-888-ROOF-BLUE, BLU, and the number to that is 1-888-766-3258. As of this morning, 9,109 Louisianans were in shelters. Of these, 837 were Hurricane Delta evacuees in state shelters in Alexandria and Bastrop, 42 in 3 parish shelters. There are still 8,230 Hurricane Laura evacuees being sheltered primarily in hotels, including 1,968 in Texas. More than 6,200 continue to be sheltered in Louisiana in 12 hotels, 10 in New Orleans, 1 in Baton Rouge, and 1 in Lafayette. If you need continued sheltering, please contact your Office of Emergency Preparedness, and you can see the contacts for the Offices of Emergency Preparedness if you go to getagameplan.org, or you can text LA Shelter, that's all one word, LA Shelter, to 898-211 or call 211. Finally, a short update on COVID. Today we are reporting 1,168 new cases. Now remember, we don't report on Saturday, so this is a 2-day total. And so this is the first report since Friday. 1,168 new cases on 38,781 new tests. Very sadly, we're also reporting 20 additional deaths today from COVID-19. Please continue to keep in mind that we are responding to Hurricane Delta and continue to recover from Hurricane Laura in a COVID environment. So we ask everyone to make sure that you are adhering to all the protocols and mitigation measures, such as wearing a mask, remaining 6 feet distant from those people who are not part of your immediate household, washing your hands frequently, and please make sure that you stay home when you are sick. And we should all be very mindful that there are those among us who are much more vulnerable to this disease than others. And so let's make sure that we're protecting them to the maximum degree possible. And I know with all these things going on at one time, whether it's Laura, whether it's Delta, whether it's the COVID public health emergency, that's an awful lot. I know that there are people who are fatigued by these disasters and emergencies. I will just remind you that the COVID is not going to go away because we get tired of it. And so I'm going to ask you to do everything that we can, and want to reassure everyone that we're going to work with our local partners and our federal partners to get people back on track to recovery just as soon as possible. And so with that, we're going to take a couple of questions if you have them, and if you don't, we're going to be moving to Allen Parish and to Evangeline Parish. All right. Well, thank you very much, and thank you so much.